is that they're building their business on social media, on the Facebook profile page. And Facebook does not like that. So they will put a lot of restriction on you. They can even take your account away from you if you continue to violate that, because they view the profile page as a social platform, that's where you're supposed to, of course, communicate with people. Oh yes, and people do rat people out. People can be really jerky sometimes. I'm not of you guys, of course. You would never, ever, ever be jerky, of course. But a lot of times people will see an image of you, and I see this actually happen a lot because, of course, my business is the health and fitness industry. Thank you for saying this color. It matches my lipstick a little bit. That they will have frenemies and enemies out there, and they will report a lot of their pictures as being nude pictures or inappropriate pictures. And the person standing there like in workout shorts and a bra top, nothing super revealing. I mean, there is one fitness website, and I'm not going to say her name, but she's pretty scantily clad and very scantily clad, but that's fine. But people aren't reporting that. But some of your frenemies and your enemies will report some of your pictures, especially if you are doing certain activity on there. You can get reported by some people. So Facebook will somehow find it out. So just stop promoting your business on your profile page. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Next biggest mistake that people will do is they mass add people in their groups. So I know that there are different network marketing businesses that are on this scope. Of course, I'm not talking about one in particular because I see it happen across the board. First of all, I do want to say, do not add me into any lashes, nails, gold party, purse parties, stamping up, the stamping up ones. There's multiple MLMs, and a lot of people will mass add people into groups in events. And that is bad, bad, bad activity. That is actually one that could be flagged, and you could be flagged, and you could go on probation, and again, at risk of getting your account taken away from you. So don't mass add people into a group. It annoys people and they get very angry. And I'm going to tell you what I do. So if you want to mass add me into your group, this is what you're going to see from me. So I do get added a lot into a lot of the nail ones and the eyelash ones, of course, because I'm in that industry of beauty and fitness and all. So when I notice that I just got added into someone's group without me wanting to be there, I'm sorry, I'm going in your group and I'm going to promote my business. So that's what I do. I go in there and I put a post and I say, well, thanks for adding me to this group. I didn't request to be in here, but since you added me, I'm going to promote my next upcoming blah, blah, blah. So that's what I do, is I will promote myself. Because I don't care if they're going to kick me out after, because they mass added me in. And you know what? Most times they don't remove me. They actually keep the post up. And I don't think that they pay attention. But hey, if you're going to add me to your community, I'm just going to promote to them. So that's what I do. And I can be a little jerky sometimes too. If you want to be jerky to me, sometimes you got to do the tit for tat. So don't mass add people in the groups, because you're only going to get burned. Here's another big, huge mistake that can cause pretty bad situation with your Facebook page, that if you mass add friends. So many of you may be familiar with that if you friend request people that you don't have a connection with, they have some sort of analytics and they keep track of it. Here's the real problem with it all. Say, for instance, you mass add 5 people a day. So say, for instance, you friend request 5 people you found today. You found them over on your favorite magazine website. So you mass add 5 today, and then you find another 5 and you add them again tomorrow, and then you add more again the next day. Basically, if those people all don't approve your friend request and in the same time, you've got a lot hanging out in the queue, that you actually then have a high number of friend requests hanging out in a queue that's never been approved. And that's a huge red flag to Facebook, that you are mass adding friends with no connection. And they will ban you from being able to friend request people. So be very careful about friend requesting people. And I get this a lot. So I don't know if you know this or not, but your profile page, it only allows you to friend request 5,000 people. So yes, they did add a subscription option, which is just basically someone saying they want to be part of your notifications of when you put updates. But that's not actually a connection, a friend request. So I get a lot of people that will send me a private message that say they're in the same business as me, and they say, my rep told me to stay in touch with you, so can you friend request me? So they think that I can friend request them because they can't friend request me. That's somehow they want that way. But no, I can't, and I'm not. First of all, I'm not going to friend request Kool-Aid drinkers. I'm not going to friend request people who are in the exact same business as me. Why do I want to talk to the same people who are drinking the same Kool-Aid? I don't need to talk with you. I need to talk to other people who need to start drinking my Kool-Aid. That's what I want to talk to. So you don't need to friend request all the same associates in the same business that you're in, because you're taking up space by those people. You know, something to think about that. So the first tip is don't promote your business on your Facebook profile page, because you will get banned or maybe even possibly get your account taken down. The second is don't mass add people into a group. That is one big red flag for people, because they will report you. That's the big thing. They will report you. The third is don't mass add friends. Be very careful about when you do friend request. So if you are going to friend request people that you don't know, but you kind of want to get to know, keep it on a lower number. And I would say less than 5 a day if you're going to do a day, because you really want to make sure that those friend requests get approved. And there actually is a section. I can't go there now to verify where but I do know that, for instance, if you do send a friend request out to someone and then they don't accept it in the time frame that you've been looking for it, you can actually take it back. So I know that there is that option. Do I recommend scrubbing old business posts from the profile? Depends on how bad they are. If they don't offer value, and if it's strict, hard promotion for your business and it doesn't have a lot of activity on it, I would hide it. So you could just hide it. Don't worry about deleting it. So that's what I would suggest. Okay. All right. So you got those tips there. So we're not doing that type of activity on your profile page. Here is the other one that is a big no-no. And I can't tell you exactly if it's associated with having a like page or a profile page. But one big no-no that I've ruled out is being how you can get blocked is having too many groups that you admin. So in December, it was 3 weeks left of December. I remember it clearly because I was running some private training groups in Facebook. And what happened was Facebook all of a sudden did this. Boop, pushed a button. And it seemed that a ton of entrepreneurs from multiple different MLMs, so multi-level businesses, all of a sudden were blocked out of posting in groups. So for instance, if you had a private group that you were training your reps, or you had another group that you got a lot of information, you could read the content, but you could not comment or post or do anything until January 1st. They had to push a button. Dunk. And so I, of course, was freaking out because it happened to me. And I was like, what is going on? Trying to figure out what activity did I do that Facebook was mad at me, but also mad at a lot of my friends who also got banned, and a lot of other people in other network marketing businesses. And what it was it didn't delete the groups. The groups were still all there. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So what I was ruling it out to be is, I believe, and I could be completely wrong, but after a ton of research, I was not promoting business on my profile page. I pretty much kept it a lot of dead. I really wasn't promoting there. So what I've ruled it out to be, and again, I could be completely wrong, because again, there was no word from Facebook. They never gave a response as to why that happened. Everybody just had to wait until January 1st. And this was, I don't even know, but I know it was probably up near 1,000 or more people that I know of that got banned. So what happened is, I think it was because certain companies were aggressively mass adding people into groups. That's one form of activity. Now me, no, I wasn't doing that, because I don't mass anybody into a group. I always actually manually approve someone who rightfully should be there. Like nobody just gets in my groups. I select the people who are going to be because they are supposed to be in that group, like they are working with me. So, and they click a link to say, I want to join it. They request to join. I don't mass add anyone ever in a group. So I ruled it to be was that I was an admin to too many groups. So I was an admin to 30 plus groups. I would say maybe even up to 50. So I had a lot of groups that I was managing, and I believe that was the reason why many entrepreneurs in December got banned on posting in groups. So what I ended up doing, and this is what I would suggest you just monitor and do so that you don't risk this. If you get banned from friend requesting, is it good or for a limited time? Facebook is like this. Basically, you do something wrong, in my opinion, again, could be completely wrong. I think this is what Facebook does, is say you do something wrong and they go, oh my gosh, they mass friended people. What should we do this time? Should we ban them for 30 days? Should we ban them for a week? No, let's do it for 3 months. Like, I don't think there's no rhyme or reason. There is no, if your friend requests too many people, you get banned for 1 week. There is nothing written down. I think that they just like, let's do whatever we want today. Like, I really think that they changed their analytics and how it works a ton to keep fooling people, so you have to constantly keep figuring it out. That's what I really think. And again, it's a free platform, so you can't argue Mr. Facebook. You can't. You cannot argue your stance. You just got to deal with it. And that's why you can't build your business living on a social platform. You got to build a business off of it. And that's a whole other topic that we already talked about, and that's with your opt-in form. So I think Facebook doesn't give any rhyme or reason. So if you have tons of groups that you admin, I would start getting rid of a lot of the groups. And if you do a group where you are constantly in rotation of starting the same system over and over and over again, I would kick people out and add the new people in. That's what I would suggest doing. Just be very careful. And also, here's the other thing. If you are an admin to so many groups, here's the big pain in the butt thing. Did you know that the only way to delete the group is if you remove each member one by one, and then you can delete the group? That's what you have to do. So if you have hundreds of people in a group and you want to delete that one, you would have to go through and manually delete one person at a time until you get down to just you. And then when you delete you, it says, do you want to delete this and get rid of that? Then that's how you get rid of a group. Here's the quick, easy way to get out of being an admin of a group. Just say, go to your membership name and say, no longer an admin. Choose it. And that's it. Now you're no longer an admin to the group. The group still lives. And you know what happens? The next time a member logs into that Facebook group, they get a notification saying, do you want to be the admin for this page? And they can choose if they want to be or not. So that's one way to go ahead and get rid of that. So hopefully that's going to save you some time and money, because again, you can go elance it out and have someone take care of it all for you. But again, just remove yourself from the admin, and the group still lives, and you don't need to go ahead. Oh, Lizette, you're answering naked, or are you running around the house naked? What is it? It's your would you rather? Okay, so you got those big mistakes down. Okay, so here's another big mistake with your Facebook and using it so that you could have trouble in it. Music. So music, of course, is another big, huge one. If you are using original artists, you, of course, can get banned from posting videos on your page. So a lot of people are, of course, putting music in their videos, their little workout videos, or just a bunch of their advertisements for their business or showing their journey, whatever it is. If you use original artists and don't trust the whole less than 15-second rule, don't trust it. That is one big problem where you can get your account flagged and you could be banned from posting video. What I found is this, that if I get a notification, so if I got banned, because I have, they will ban you. So for instance, the other day, I did put up a song that is not an original artist. It's actually a Creative Commons free licensing song. So it was free to use in any form of media. And Facebook said, nope, this is copyright. If you don't agree, then you got to fill out this form. And I had to go fill out a form saying, no, this is where I got it from and it's real. And they actually put my video right back up. I was really shocked about that because in the past, if I say, no, it's legit, usually they send a message to Facebook and they never respond. And you just have to wait out your time in Facebook jail till you can post videos again. And you just got to keep testing it out as to when your jail time is up. Sometimes it's 24 hours. Sometimes it's 48 hours. So you just got to sometimes wait it out. So how are we doing? Any questions so far on some of the biggest mistakes? Some of the biggest mistakes I just put up there. And now we're going to go into best practices of it. So I'll recap before we actually get going. You did your time, Blassie. I know it's painful to do Facebook jail time. It really is. You cannot fight them. Again, it's whatever they want. So let's recap. And then let's now go into some best practices of what you should be doing to build your brand also, which is kind of a different part of the topic. But I just needed to make sure you guys knew that. So my name is Christine, and I do help people who are building their own small businesses be able to effectively get to have success in them a lot faster. And the way that I do it is I help you understand the core principles of the activity that will actually grow your business faster, create a system out of it that is duplicable and super simple, like paint by numbers, Michael Jackson, ABC 1, 2, 3. That's my forte. I really like to boil it down super easy because if I have to think a lot, I'm gone. I don't like to read much. If I have to think to process something, I'm gone. So I like to help people who don't have time. So if you don't have time to figure out how to grow your business, then just follow a lot of the stuff that I do because I'm a no-nonsense person. I will teach you what to do and I will not pet your hair and rub your back in the process. I'll just tell you what to do and just do it if you want to be successful. That's it. So we are talking about Facebook, some of the biggest mistakes, and here's the top that we talked about. The first one is using your profile page as your business page. So you're posting business promotional activity that is on your profile page. That is a big no-no to Facebook. Another one is mass adding friends, friend requesting too many people, and also having a bunch of them sitting out in the queue. That is another bad no-no. The next one is mass adding people into groups that they don't want to be a part of. You're just adding people in. Big no-no. Another one is the what did we say? Music licensing. I know we talked about, I'm going off the top of my head. So be careful that you're not using original music in your videos because again, you could be banned. And then what was the other one? Who remembers? Marketing pics. She asks, well, can I put marketing pics? What do you think? Is marketing pics promoting your business? I wouldn't take that risk. So it's up to you for links to your business. Because usually when you put a link, it does populate the page right there. So I would just be very, very random if you are going to be doing it on your profile page. Yep, we did say music. There was one more. What was it? Because I'm just going off the top of my head tonight, the big mistakes. Admin to too many groups. Thank you so much. Yeah, being careful about not being an admin to too many groups because again, that could get you banned off. So those are the biggest mistakes that people do with Facebook. But the big, big, big one is using your profile page as your business marketing page. So be very careful about that. So what do? If you are growing a business, then you are not using social media to talk to grandma. You're not. You are not staying in touch with your cousins to show them your kids' pictures. You're not. You are using social media. You are on these scopes to build your business. So treat all of your platforms professionally as a marketing company would for any major company. How would they treat their social platforms? So when you're looking at Facebook, Facebook is its own animal and you have to understand the zoo that you're posting in because Facebook is completely different than how you would post in Instagram and how you would build that one. And that's a future topic. The same with Twitter and the difference with LinkedIn. The different platforms and Pinterest work differently. You cannot be the same person in terms of your activity and how you treat them on all the platforms. It doesn't work. You need to learn the party and come dressed appropriately to the party. That's it. So Facebook is its own animal, which we could talk about, but because you are building a business and you're using your social media, you are not supposed to talk up to your local people. So that's another huge mistake I see a lot of people do. So people who are building their business, I see them constantly talking to the people that they know already in life. So if you want to build your business, I assume you want to attract people that don't know you. Is that true? Let me know. So let me know, do you want to know people that know you or that you don't know? Because I could be wrong. What do you want? Who do you want? People you don't know for your business or people that you know for your business? What do you want? Attract new people. Majority is saying the answer. So you're trying to grow your business, and really the only way to grow your business is to attract new business, because the majority of your circle of influence knows what you're doing. And you probably have said this out loud: I don't have a warm market anymore. I've talked to them all and they're not interested. I have no one. Nobody wants to do what I'm doing. That's what the people say all the time. But that's okay, because usually the warm market will not jump right into what you're doing. And a lot of the times, I'm going to be serious and real with you, a lot of the times they may not be, because of your reputation and other things that you've been doing is you're so scattered. Sorry, that's the truth. So if you haven't proven that you are legit in everything that you do, sometimes your circle of influence is not going to jump right in with what you're doing, because your past has shown that you haven't had that follow through. So something to consider. Okay. And it's really about you just really focusing on legit jumping in and being super committed. That's it. Proving your talk, walking your talk. Okay. So if you're trying to attract new people, stop talking to the people who live next door to you on your public Facebook page. I don't post on my Facebook page and saying, hey, I'm going to the football game this weekend. Who's going to be going? Who am I talking to? I'm not talking to the people in my neighborhood. I'm talking to mostly US and Canada. Because if you look at your analytics, you'll know exactly who's following you. So you want to talk to people that you don't know. Your message shouldn't be personal to certain demographic, people who know you. This is another common mistake. I'm just going to keep saying mistakes. Oh, you guys know me. I've been suffering with this pain in my back forever. You know me. It's been there forever, but I found this solution today. So someone who's just discovering you today going, well, no, I don't know you. I don't know that you have a back pain. So hello, who cares? So you shouldn't be saying, oh, you guys know this about me, or you know my kids. You know that one kid of mine. No, we don't know that one kid of yours. Every post should be like you're talking to someone you've never spoken to ever. You're educating them always on your life. Thank you so much, Kay Shram, for my shirt. So hopefully that makes sense. So when you're putting your post out, it has to be to people like you don't know. Now, if you are building your business, you need to have a page. So in the olden days, they used to call them a like page or a fan page. But then people were like, I feel silly saying I have fans, or I'm silly telling people to go like my like page. Well, it's technically called a page, and still people call it a like page to differentiate the two. So yeah, don't give people a reason to report you, because people, again, will report you. They just will. Your frenemies will report you. So I know the olden days. I started Facebook in 2009. I was old. Like, I was missing the boat of starting it, because didn't it start in 2008? I think that's when it started. So I still call it a like page, just because, again, these old timers building on it, it's just easier to differentiate so people know, because of people who are fairly new, they don't know the difference between a profile page and a page. So that's why sometimes I'll say that, just to make it easy for people to understand. So you're building a business, you have to have a page. And now many of you are going to be like, well, people aren't going to come over. So how do you get the new people on your like page? Perfect. Kim, you asked it at the right time, Kim. Awesome. How do you get people over? Thanks. Started in 2008. I knew it. So how do you get your people from your profile page to come over to your like page? All right, let's put a pin on that. So the thing with your like page, why? Why do you need to have that? First of all, you do need to have it because if you are a business, then you need to think like a CEO of a major business. Think about any major company out there. Do you think that they just spend money in marketing and just hope it works? No, they spend money in marketing, but they track every part of it all to know what has worked, what doesn't work, and where they aren't going to spend their money again. So that's why they track it all. If you don't have a like page, you have no way to track your business, period. You are guessing if your posts are good. You're guessing who your niche market is. You're guessing when the best time is that people are on your Facebook page. You're guessing everything. And if you're guessing, you're throwing money out the window. You need to hone in and know the stuff about who's your market. Weird and odd enough, I have a huge following coming from Chicago. I don't know why, because I'm not from Chicago. I'm from the Northeast. But I know that. And I know my age demographic and of exactly who to follow. And this is critical information, especially if you're going to plunk down money and do Facebook ads. So don't talk to local people. That's it. Exactly reiterating what we said. Facebook wants to spoon feed you stats on like page. They do. You know why? Coach Glitter's saying it exactly. Facebook wants you to know exactly who your niche market is, what time they're on, what are their interests, all the background information about them. Why? Why does Facebook want you to know this? Because if you know it, you'll spend money in ads with them. And you do need to pay to play. So it depends, and I can't give you the exact stats on it, but depending on how large your following is. So let's just say you have 2,000 people following you. You basically have X amount of posts to be able to post for the day that the visibility will be seen. So for instance, if you've got 2,000 followers and you post too much that day, say you put 5 posts up, and I can't tell you the number, basically, Facebook degrades the visibility of those posts because you're posting too much for the quantity of people that follow you. And also, the type of posts that you put up have to have communications and likes and a reach with people. So people have to be talking about what you're putting. And if you're putting up stuff that doesn't have people talking about it, then Facebook basically removes you out of the picture and doesn't put you in the news feed. So you have to be very careful that when you do post, it's got to be quality post, stuff people want, which we're going to talk about in a moment. And again, this could be an all-nighter if we want to. Okay, we could totally do that. I could totally do an all-nighter. I haven't done one of those in forever. Okay, so where we're at is we're talking about mistakes on Facebook, and I help people be able to build their businesses mostly on social media to really get a marketing plan out there, to know how to get people to make a decision with you faster, as well as build leadership within your team so that you can have residual income. That's been my forte. I've been doing it in network marketing for the past 7 years. The past 15 years, I've been doing it with small business owners. So this is where we have to go, is figuring out, okay, so if I need a like page, I then can run analytics. Insights is the other term. So basically you can pull up and see all of your posts. You can see the organic reach, and a lot of the stuff might be foreign terminology, but it is searching, constantly researching. So constantly research. I am going to throw out a name that you definitely need to make sure you do follow for Facebook. And that is Mari Smith, M-A-R-I Smith. She has actually been hired by Facebook to do training and teaching for Facebook because she basically captures every bit of information to help people be able to effectively build their business on Facebook and other social media platforms. And actually brought Mari in to speak at my conference. I have a conference called the Platinum Edge, and a couple of years ago she came into Dallas to do my keynote lecture on my stage. She's an amazing person. She gave so much of herself, and she partaked in everything we had going on. She was so fun. So you need to learn how to best use that, and knowing those analytics are only going to help you be able to run those Facebook ads when you start doing Facebook ads to efficiently be able to not waste your money. So that's one of the most important parts. But now you have a page, so you can promote business and not get in trouble. because that's where Facebook wants you to promote your business. So here's the age-old problem. Someone asked, how do you get your people that are following you on your profile page to come over to your like page then? I'm going to give you a couple techniques. Take it for whatever you want. So what do you label yourself on your like page? A public figure? That's a great question. I can't give you an exact answer because, again, I don't know exactly what your market is and what you're building for yourself. So, for instance, if you are your own business entrepreneur, you're not representing any company but your own product and ventures, there will be options in there that you can choose that will relate to you and what you're building. So it could be in the industry. So say, for instance, you are in the beauty industry. You can pick that. There's an entrepreneur one. There's community, but I wouldn't advise on community. And the reason I don't advise on community is because it's very soft and it doesn't sound like it's actually a business, but it sounds more like a social congregation, if that makes sense. So for me, I chose public figure way back when, and it was more so because of what I have achieved already in my path and the type of following and the leadership that I have. So I knew that much. But the reason also is because I know where I'm going. I don't make decisions on what will impact me now or tomorrow. I really make decisions that are going to be for me long term. So sure, I am in a network marketing business right now that is health and fitness. But guess what? I say this every time on my scopes. I am not labeled that company. I do not promote myself for that company, and that's not all I talk about. What I'm actually doing is I'm building my brand of me. So Christine Dwyer. So me, myself, I am a public figure. I am a public speaker. I have spoken multiple times to stages that are not related to what I'm doing now. And I've got my own products that will be out on its own. So you have to look at yourself for the future and try to position yourself that way. Because again, your quilting business right now may be amazing, but 10 years down the line, you may hate quilts and you may be into fireworks. You never know. You may be totally changing what you're going to be doing. So that's what you have to consider when you are choosing that. All right. I believe you can change it though, so don't hold me to that, okay? But I believe you can change that. All right, so this is a lot of information. I know, Dooley, this is a lot of information. Thank you so much for saying that as well. So the thing is now, I know quilting. I am a sewer. That is one fact about me that a lot of people are very shocked about because I did build upstairs right above me my gift wrapping room and a sewing room. So I do have that. I used to make my niece and nephews their bedroom quilts. You know, my one nephew loved Penn State, so I built that whole lion panther face or whatever it is, and I totally did all that stuff like that. People just don't expect from you, right? So what are we going to go into now for Facebook? For how are you going to put your message out there and how do you get people to come over? Here's the thing. Follow whatever advice you want. But if you duplicate your content, so say for instance, you put value. We talked about value before. So for those of you who need to understand what is value to me, what am I offering that's value, go on youtube.com/Christine Dwyer. Go over there because I already ran a scope about how to make an opt-in page or sign up form and how to give value to people. Okay. So that's one big, huge questionnaire that's going to allow you to be able to go through that. And now the thing is that when you're offering value, it's going to come from different ways. Here's a little formula that I give off to my coaches when they get into that posting amnesia. They don't know what to post. Do you get that? So here's the thing. Use a formula. So if you look at the type of content that you're going to put up on your Facebook page, you can't put the same type of posts up on your page. You have to vary the type of post. Now, Facebook loves video. Facebook hates YT. What's YT? What's YT? YT. YT. Right on. Facebook hates the P. What's the P? Oh yeah. You guys are traitors. You're up on the scope. Facebook doesn't like that word. There has been no validation, but the rumor is you don't want to write that word in your Facebook posts. So put that word, I'm on Periscope today. There's no verification that that's actually the case, but rumor is that they have some sort of removing those posts as being very seen and hidden. So they will do that. So some things to think about. Same thing with YouTube links. Don't put a link from YouTube over to Facebook. They don't like that. Facebook favors what they call natural. Totally forgot. Where you upload directly to Facebook the video. Homegrown, whatever it's called. So upload directly, organic. Yes, thank you, Coach Glitter. Upload directly the videos to Facebook. So even if you have that same video over on your YouTube, upload it again, but on Facebook. You can do it from your laptop. You can do it from your phone. It doesn't matter. I actually just created a picture that says, follow me on Periscope. And I just put in my text saying, hey, I'm going to be talking about this at 3:30 or whatever. So the picture is saying where. I'm not putting the words though. So that's what I've been doing over there. So just be aware of that. So if your type of content, so the type of content that you're putting up, and this is important that you know this, because you cannot drive people to your like page if you don't understand this first. So I know you guys are anxious to get, well, how do I get them over there? You can't, Buttercup. You can't get them there yet until you understand this first. The first part is, no one's going to come if you don't have good shit there. So make sure your shit is good. What is your shit? So you need to make sure that what you are posting is stuff that Facebook likes and that you have people interacting on and that people want from you. So you need to understand you, first of all. So if you don't know exactly what your content should be and why people want to follow you, then you need to go do some homework. And again, go watch my video over on youtube.com/Christine Dwyer. Search for opt-in email video because that one will teach you how to understand who you are and what your value is. But these 3 down and dirty questions that you can ask yourself, you can easily nail that. 1, what do people ask you all the time? 2, what are you really good at? 3, what are you known for? So those are 3 quick down and dirty questions you can ask yourself. What do people ask you all the time? What are you really good at? And what are you known for? Write those things down. And that's the type of content you should be putting up. Stop putting up the content that you think you should put up because it's the business that you're in. Stop putting the content up that you think you should be putting up because it's the business that you're in, but you have no right to be putting up that education of that topic out there. Fitness people. I really hate it when people who are not educated in fitness, don't have the license, don't have the certification, but they watch a lot of YouTube videos and then they all of a sudden are a fitness professional and they start teaching people about fitness. That's not the most effective way to be able to build your business. You need to, if you're going to teach people about fitness, go get the background, the accreditation, the licensing, the certifications, whatever you got to do, go to school. So stop talking about things, trying to be the expert in something that you're not the expert on. You got to be the expert in what you know. Ask yourself those simple questions and you can put that up. So if you are Facebook amnesia, you don't know what to put up, a quick little formula, some of the common things that you should be putting up is video is amazing. So put up video, your own uploaded video. That's going to be first. Second, motivational posts. So motivational posts don't always relate to one field. It could be just in mindset. It could be in spirituality. It could be in relationships. It could be in multiple areas. Don't think motivation has to be to get someone off their butt to go work out, because that's usually what people are putting up for motivation. Motivation comes from multiple areas. People have hard times in multiple ways all throughout the day. So whatever your niche is, focus on that. All right. So you can have motivational or inspirational posts. You can upload video. You can now pass on something you found from someone else. That one is important. Okay. So make sure that you go to somebody else's page that you follow. Say, for instance, like I just shared Mari Smith's stuff over on my, I have a page for women in network marketing. I run that one very loosely, but I'll put a lot of content over there. And it's just for women entrepreneurs in network marketing. And so I'll share their stuff over there. And then I'll go to Fast Company is a business one, or I'll go to Dave Ramsey's Entree Leadership. I'll go to Oprah. I go to who I follow, where I get my inspiration from, where I get my education from. So basically, people love it when you do the down dirty work and find the stuff for them and just share it on there. Now, here's the great thing. The faster you can share good stuff is where you're going to have a better chance of that having a higher organic reach and people talking about it. So it's about making sure that you are putting stuff that people want to see, but do it as quick as you can. So if it's something that's already had a lot of virality, you can still share it, but it's not going to get as much. Now, and then some other things is you can, of course, share a picture, a how-to. So pick your main topics. And that's kind of the formula. If you have amnesia, then think, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about today? Well, if you can't think for the day, I'll tell you when I can't think, when I'm on vacation. Because when I'm on vacation, that's all I want to do is take pictures of me doing handstands in places. Like, that's what I want to take pictures of. But that's not interesting. So I kind of like get out of business mode, and I don't want to think about, like, let me school people on business. Well, first of all, a lot of people on my Facebook page don't want to learn about business. As much as I've tried. I tried to teach people over there on business. They don't want to see that from me. My fitness stuff gets more virality. So I have to focus more on that because I am a fitness professional, so I have that right to be able to do that. And I have to sneak in some business stuff every so often. Recognition is a fantastic post. People love to celebrate other people's success. People love to cheer other people on. Next time it's your anniversary, make sure you put a post up. I don't care. It's my anniversary coming up in a month. And I will bet you any money I'll put up some post for my 11-year anniversary with my husband. And I'm going to get a ridiculous amount of comments and likes on that thing. Because people love to celebrate achievements and successes and cheering people on. So those are some of the great types of posts to put out there. So if you don't know what to talk about each day, just have, if you're going to post 3 times a day, have your 3 go-to posts where you don't always have to think. Okay? So if you're on vacation, you got vacation brain, then just think, well, I'm going to just post a motivational post for today. Go search a quote that you love. Go to Word Swag app. Create that same quote on a background. Put the post up. Now your second one is, well, let me share some information from someone that my followers would probably really value this information. Cake decorating tips. I'm a cake decorator too. So I like to share a lot of stuff that relates to people who do that stuff, you know? So if you've got a following that really needs to know something, share the stuff that from someone else famous. Don't share so much your people in the same business, okay? Because you're talking to their business. You don't want to get theirs. The app I said was Word Swag. W-O-R-D. Yep, she just wrote it right there. Thanks, Rosie. So Word Swag is just an easy one. A lot of people use that one. So that would be like your second go-to. And then at the nighttime, maybe it's a did you know post. So always have your 3. What your 3 are going to be, or your 4, depending on how many times you post a day, is just have your go-tos. That one's always going to be motivation. This one's going to be something from a shared site. This one is going to be a did you know fact. And this one is going to be me cheering someone on and for their successes of what they've done. So always just have your go-tos so you don't have to think. And that will always help you. Now you've got value. Now people know what you're going to be putting there. You have to stay consistent. And for Facebook, I'm not going to talk about this tonight, but for Facebook, you cannot treat your page like a business page all the time. Did you hear me? You can't treat your business page like a business page all the time. Because if you do, I don't want to do business with a salesperson. Bye-bye. Because that's what you're coming across as. Facebook wants to know you're real. They want to know that you're not just going to sell them something. They need to know where you struggle still. They need to know that you are just like them and you are helpful. So you need to put real life on Facebook every so often. Not all the time. And be careful about the TMI. And don't you dare be a drama queen. And don't you dare be a negative Nelly complainer. Don't you dare. Crush your business. I don't care. So that's basically what you have to do to your page. That's how you're going to brand it. That's how you're going to build the content. Be consistent. That C word is a very important C word, okay? So be super consistent. Now, you've got no one there. How do you get people there? You've got these people over on your like page. That's all we're going to talk about tonight, because I can talk about building your page and a whole other one. We weren't talking about that tonight. That's a whole other topic. So your profile page, you got people there. This is what I did. I did this years ago. You could try it again. It may work. I was really freaking scared to do it, but I listened to my mentor and she said, have your profile page go dark. Make it a cemetery. And that's what we did. We made our cover photos like, I'm not here. We actually had our pictures where it was like X's on us. Don't follow me here. I'm not here anymore. Go to my like page. And you don't post on your profile page at all anymore. That's what we did. Except for one post that you'd put every so often. Hey, I'm not over here anymore. I'm building over on a like page. Click here to go there. And you just do that every so often to let people know you're not there anymore. Because if you put content, the same content on both, who cares? Why do I need to go to your like page if you're going to put the same content over here on your profile page? They won't go there. So if you want to still keep your profile page alive, you can, but just know that the juicy stuff for your business has to be over on your page and you don't want to replicate. So don't make that the same. So you can still post on your profile page. You just now have to come up with a lot more content. So I'm not saying you have to make it go dead. That's what we did years ago. And it probably would still work again. And it's freaking scary to do. But the biggest key now, this is what I would advise you to do now. I would say change your cover photo on your profile page, letting people know that you more aggressively, or the good stuff, is over on your page. That's what I would suggest. And then you can put content up in your profile page. I'll do that every so often just to let people know, because guess what? When I comment sometimes, I'm commenting as my profile page. So if someone's like, oh, who's this girl? They'll click and they'll go there and they won't see really anything. So sometimes I'll let other people's posts show up on my page. That puts me in good light of being someone successful and a favor, and that they'll see, oh, she's not here, but she's over there. So I'll do that sometimes. But the biggest thing that you want to do is tease them. So if you're going to tease them, here's a great little technique, is put over on your profile page, oh my gosh, you won't believe these 10 tips I just did in my meal plan that have shed 5 pounds off in just 2 days. It's over here on my like page. That's it. You just don't tell them there. You say it's over there. And you just drive them over there. And you just have to be consistent with that. Where or what is a like page? So Cheryl's asking where or what is a like page. Basically, that's on Facebook. So Facebook, you have to open up a profile page. That's your general account. But a like page is more of a business page where it's a community where people are going to click the like button to follow you. You're not adding friends. It's a matter of if they want to see your content, they're going to click like, and hopefully they'll even choose get notifications so that it will do that. All right. So I think I've shared a boatload of stuff. I did not plan to talk about all of that tonight, but hopefully this has not confused you guys too much. And in the replay, where you can, of course, still hit the hearts. So don't share your like page post to personal. Totally. Coach Glitter's saying it. You don't do that. You don't want to tell them over there what you're saying over here. It's always the good stuff. Post cron on your like page, or you hurt your bacon. I don't know what post cron is. People don't see posts from pages though. It depends. So right now I've noticed that some of my posts right now are not getting as seen as much as they normally do. And again, this is like a cyclic thing with Facebook. And for sometimes people won't see your content. And I think it's just because of a lot of the changes that they have going on. But then sometimes all of a sudden it's like you're seeing it a lot. What is the rule of thumb? Don't worry about it. Be consistent. Still do the same activity, even if you're not getting it. How do you get your stuff seen more often? That's a whole other topic, but don't post and run. We talked about that in a different one. Post grind, is like Hootsuite. So we did talk about that in a different scope. Be careful that you don't auto schedule too much over there, because that's again something that the analytics don't really like so much on Facebook. They do like live posts more often, but if that is the only way that you can really do it, then go for it. But everyone gets a bathroom break, everyone gets a lunch break, everyone gets a break in their day to be able to put up a post. That's the way I look at it. Oh, here's the other thing. So here's the other question a lot of people will say, well, all my friends and family on my profile page are going to hate that I'm now talking about business stuff and life stuff and spiritual stuff. They're going to hate that I'm talking about that. I used to talk about my 4-year-old taking a poop on the floor. That's what they want to see from me all the time. Well, this is what you need to do. If you are serious about building your business, stop acting like an amateur and start acting like a business entrepreneur. So basically what you do is on your profile page, you say, hey, I just want to let you guys know I'm going to be posting more over on my like page. Here's the link. And I'm going to be talking about these topics more often now because I'm really focusing on building my business. You're letting them know what you're doing. That's it. Yeah, totally, Alicia. You don't communicate only with your family through Facebook, social media. Only if you want to post like the fight scene out in the middle of the street that day. You know, that's the stuff that goes up on there. Yeah, who cares if someone said it was rude? Because again, it's your business and you're treating it like a business. So that's the thing. Even your mom goes to your like page. See? That's it. They know what you're doing because they go there. And Coach Glitter does put life on her page. So she doesn't only talk about her business. So people do know what's going on in her life by being there. Same with me. Should I make a like page if I am not exactly sure what I'm going to pursue business-wise? Yeah, I would say go for it. Just again, put yourself in a general content and make sure that you just start building yourself. Again, what you do in your venture is going to be, of course, what you're most passionate about. Okay, cool. I'm glad this has been helpful. What if you're good at many things? You know what? I'm great at many things too, but you cannot be a jack of all trades, because if you're a jack of all trades, you are a master of none. So what do you want to do? You have to pick one and go. So pick one and go and focus hard on that, because you can be someone that does painting, and then you can be a crafter, and then you can be a lawn service person, and then you could be a speech therapist, and then you can also be a nurse. You know, you could be all these multiple things, and you could teach people all these multiple skills. But then someone's like, I have no idea what you do, because you're constantly talking about everything. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I've got a lot of interest, but I every year make my kids their cakes. So I have learned cake decorating by just looking at pictures and watching Ace of Cakes, Cake Boss, and those other ones on the Cupcake Show and all that. So I just watch stuff. That's it. And so what I do is I like to just put my cakes up that I make for my kids every year, because I want it at least to be documented somewhere. But that's just something I love to do. But that invites the world into me. I'm not saying, here's my tip on how to do cake decorating, because I would probably have a big fail. Like, I jury rigged making those things. But I just want to show this is what I'm doing for my kids, because my kids are that important to me, and I love doing that. And I've only got this much time in my life before they're not going to have cakes anymore. So says, don't put your business name on your like page. Exactly, because you are your business. Your name. Always brand your name. So hopefully that is definitely where you're going to go. I'm just goofy. Okay, sorry, Melissa. I missed your goofiness, so that's okay. If you're making people laugh, that is totally okay. If fitness is your thing, should I only show fitness and not my product? Well, if you are representing a fitness company and the product, I personally don't. So for instance, fitness is my thing. So my thing has been fitness. I'm a group fitness instructor and a professional fitness trainer. I've been doing that for 24 years and then 15 years. So I talk fitness a lot because that's what a lot of people know me for. That's where my network is. But I don't talk about fitness specific to products. That's gross. Does that make sense? So what I'll do is I invite people to be with me in this world. So for instance, I run a portal for those of you who Want to get fit? Want me to personal train you? Help you figure out which workout program is the best one for you, to figure out your meal plan for you and to tweak it, and to personal train you every day, teach you form and technique, give you extra workout videos to do. I have a program called 10X Fit Club. So anybody that wants for me to personally train them, all they got to do is go fill out that information. And then, of course, they got to purchase the product that they're going to use to work with me, but I don't charge for my services. And they have free membership into that whole portal to change their life. Because my goal is to not make someone lose weight. My goal is to help someone choose the habits that is going to change their lifestyle. Because I'll totally help you lose weight. I can totally help you lose 10 to 15 pounds in 2 to 3 weeks. I know exactly how to do that. It's super simple, honestly. But then if you're not doing it to change your lifestyle, I'll just see you back in a couple months to lose those same 10 to 15 pounds you already gained back. So it's about changing your lifestyle. And that's my big thing, is making sure we educate people on that. Talk about product kind of behind the scene. No, I don't hide anything. So for instance, my business, my value is giving people free content and information. So like tonight, I put up there a little ab exercise that people could do. Does that build my business? Do I then say, and if you want more of these, then come and email me and I'll talk to you about what we can do? I don't do that. So very often I'll do that. At the end of the video, I do have my link to it in the picture. But the thing is that I don't always try to rope people into product, because if I always have a hidden agenda or an agenda on my content is not going to get shared. So I just want my stuff shared, because when it's being shared to somebody else that I don't know, then it's being shared to their people that I don't know. So that's what you want, is your stuff to be shared. Be of value. Help people with a problem, and stop helping people with a problem with your own agenda. That's going to help you out. My website again is 10X Fit Club. So I got multiple ones. If you just want a 7-day meal plan to follow and an online playlist of workouts you could do, go to 21-day lean out. Follow that. But I'm not personalizing it for you. It's a generic meal plan I made up, and it's my online workouts. Have at it. That's free. Go get it. But if you want me to personal train you, I'm not going to give up all my time to constantly tweak out your meal plan and figure out your workout plan and spend hours emailing you back and forth if you're never going to invest in yourself and in me with my business. And that's 10X Fit Club. That's a membership site portal. You can have complete access to that all the time, because that's going to constantly get updated. So for those of you who do want to know what I do, you can go to livefitoutloud.com. So livefitoutloud.com. Do you say not to put your business name on like page? I only suggest that you put your business name on your like page if you own the business specifically only yourself. Meaning you are in your basement making soaps and you're packaging soaps and it's Soaps by Christine. Then sure, if you want to. That's what you want to do. But if you're an affiliate, network marketer, a rep for something else, no. Your name. Do your name. Okay? I don't necessarily think it should be Christine Dwyer Fitness, because what if I hate fitness 5 years from now? What if I hate it? I'm now forever Christine Dwyer Fitness. You know, I just think put your name. Put your name as much as you can. All right? Again, everything I'm saying, take with a grain of salt. You don't have to believe me, trust me, or any of that. So that's basically what you have to think about, is always do your own research. How do you figure out a good like page name? Your name. Your name. That's why you figure it out. The one that you have, that your parents gave you. I'm not a fan of adding in a niche, a cliche. I'm not a fan of that. Unless you're going to have multiple pages, you can do that. But you should always at least have one with just your name. So make sure that you do that. Go to speakpipe.com/Christine Dwyer if you want to ask me a question. So if you're like, I wish I could just ask the question because it's so hard to type, go to speakpipe.com/Christine Dwyer and I'm going to get your question. And if you want me to feature it on air, you can, of course, say that in your audio at the end, and I can always cut it off. So make sure you go to speakpipe.com Christine Dwyer and ask your question. So if you still are like, I've got a question and I don't know how to solve it in my business of anything, and hopefully I've given you a big wide range of topics that you could ask me. So go ahead and ask, because I'm going to be featuring those that I still have waiting in the queue. Is there a way to ask a personal question, like one-on-one question? I appreciate you guys, of course, wanting to, of course, yes, speakpipe.com, then Christine Dwyer. That's it exactly. So I appreciate you wanting me to personally dive deeper into with you and your personal businesses, but outside of people not directly working with me specifically in my own network marketing business, I don't do one-on-one consultations for people in their businesses. And it's just because I haven't moved into that phase of my business, and I don't know if I want to, because that requires a lot of time and a lot of personal digging and investment. So I don't know if I want to do that, because I don't know if that's up my alley. So right now, I personally mentor the people that are working directly with me within my business, but I offer all of this free training and information. So if you have a question you would like to ask, and if you don't want your name said, you can just ask the question on speakpipe.com/Christine Dwyer, and just don't put your name. And I don't need to say your name. So hopefully that will make sense. What's a girl got to do to work with me? Well, working directly with me is to want to build the business that I'm building. So that's, of course, something that you would want to do. And that's, of course, how people work directly with me. And again, you can go to livefitoutloud.com.